Nothing in there. Also, there's a trap there. I seriously believe that I can go. I still haven't figured out how to get back there. Nothing. Usually my problem is holding on to consumables. Use those others, but you can't buy these. It's the final battle, but I only have 80 of these. That is so me. That is so me. I'm literally one of those guys where I'm just stocked full of consumables, and then I'm like, you look good to use. You look good to use. You know what? I'll save you. Oh, the game's done? I still have all these I still have all these consumables. Like all these. No? Oh. I beat the game without using consumables. It's just one of those situations like you either use the consumables or you don't, and just you end up slogging through without realizing it. Yay, the trap is finally disarmed.
Keeping quiet.
Oh my god, is there really nothing to get me over on this side? Like, even the cursor's like, hey, I can walk over here. I can walk over here. Oh well. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. Disappointed. Okay. Doot, 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 doot. Oh wait, it's the quest. Oh wow, we really did sidetrack. Yes, we're finally getting into the midst of the main quest. I think I literally spent a good 10-12 hours. Actually, I spent a good all week. So it's like 7, 11, 15, 19. Oh my god. I spent a good 20. Oh, I spent a good like 30 hours almost side questing and tasking. I just completely biffed. I just completely. Whoa. In front of you looms the ghostly, hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dark corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it already has been. If it has always been. Yes, I was born there.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
What? I went through dark times. Nothing made sense. That all changed when your order came to my homeland.
Little makes sense in the false contexts much of the world has lived under for so long. It is by the mercy of the gods that our faith has been able to reach so many of the heathen in more recent times. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. Okay. Uh, hmm. What? I mean,
I shall be discreet.
the mercenary eyes you wearily as you approach, his weapon readied. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of the masked lot. I left my mask inside. Let me pass. He thinks carefully, then nods. All right, then. Go on in and report to the acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. They should be lost. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Any idea what's going on around here? A word of advice, friend. Don't ask questions. Just go and do what you're told. All right.
Shh.
You definitely know you definitely know that I've exceeded high hold on. Explore and read the quest. Oh, I should probably read the quest. I made my way into the chambers beneath the ruins of the Temple of Woetica. If what Merwald said is true, this may be my best chance to find the leaden key. Interesting. Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Back, ye clod! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted.
Elf, pull yourself together. He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing. I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best time to linger anyhow. You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is underway. Beckon your party to follow you into the chamber. You open the door and stride in the chamber, motioning for the rest of your party to accompany you. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. All eyes in the room fall on you. Oh god. Well, here comes a fight. Here we go, guys. Boom! Taking the fight everything route? I mean... Sure? I mean, well... I mean, there's definitely not exactly a point to really fighting, right? So... God, just run. Run, buddy, run! Okay, yeah, like he's dead. I'm not even gonna bother trying. He's dead.
Stuck.
Quit.
Let's go.
Might be a good shot with this.
Maybe I can save him.
Hey.
I saved him. I saved him. Crumpled at your feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe that bears an insignia resembling a key. As you approach the woman's body, feelings of rage assault you. The dead woman's voice howls in your ears, and her lingering consciousness rends at yours. Her essence tingles through your bones and membranes. It fills the spaces between your ears and behind your ears, clawing deeper into your core. You see a gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, faces hidden behind masks. One by one, they approach her, whom they know as an acolyte, and she places her hand on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the leaden key. And try to see the tasks. Her essence flares, fighting to boil your blood, burn your memory, and splinter your bones from within. Yet between her strikes, you see flashes of something else, a tower, a prison, and a ruin. You funnel all of your concentration into a single effort of will, a sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under your control, you're able to examine it, and three thoughts swirl inside. Examine the thought about the tower. You see a palisade of neighborhood. Rundown estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower of a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby, you see a woman with a scar over her heart. You understand that she has something he needs. You also see a door in the base of the towers, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper, but then the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves. You understand how the copper veins convert command into action. Inquire about the prisoner. In your mind, you see a building magnificent with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. It also houses misery and madness. Someone within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits. A prison by choice. By choice? Look into the ruins. The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay and to a town in the wilderness with a water mill. A signpost on one of the paths reads, Deer Ford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruin suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. As you regain awareness of what's happening around you, you realize that your head is impelling in his feathered hands. Oh? Her golden eyes are peering into your own, as though she is trying to catch a glimpse of activity lurking in the depths. As she sees your eyes respond, she wobbles your head head a little and gives you a light slap. Letting go and stepping back, she regards you with concern. Everything going all right in there? Oh, this goes to him. Oh my.
Right.
That was a lot of stuff there. What the? Only usable by Ranger. Plus 25 defense against Charmed Confusion. Confused attacks. Plus 10 defense against Dominated attacks. Plus 10 concentration. Oh. Well, well, well. The steward of Cadnua has received a letter for you. Requested my presence at Cadnua as she has a matter of some importance to discuss. I suppose that means we better get going now. Oh, by the way, what's my experience? Header. Header. Okay. No, I don't need to do this.
I must say, I'm impressed. About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
So tell me now. He clasped his hand together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
Herself? Closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about Asir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get his gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Her wrath spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable Hill speak suggests a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, and when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. Sounds like you could take a few cues from her. Cues of vulgarisms? He rolled his eyes and crossed his arm over. I've had to live with that hayseed for years. There's nothing to be learned from her. Nothing civilized, anyway. He frowns. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back, and minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Let's talk about something else. When did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. His telomere manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. You said you learned to hide her for a long time. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Selmir proved useful against my father, I trust my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Merwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Could I talk to her directly? Gives you a Totron. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Uh-huh. Oh, right. There was a couple loading screens. That one's out of the catacombs. And that was to Cadnua. All right, let's go. Do 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 do. My lord,
you've received a letter, delivered with some urgency as it happens. I thought the messenger might swoon, poor dear. It's from Stalwart. Apparently the mayor, Renengild, has heard of your success here at Cadnua, and hopes you can be of aid to her people as well.
What does Renengild want?
Stalwart is a mining community, and at one time they enjoyed a great deal of influence. Renengild hopes to reclaim old glories, I expect. It seems she's intent on gaining access to Durgan's battery, and she's offering quite the reward to anyone who can get inside.
Durgan's battery, as in the source of Durgan's steel?
Ah, the very same. All manner of people have been trying to infiltrate the keep for years. Our own Earl was much taken with the story of the battery's fall. There are many legends concerning the battery. As the Earl told it, the dwarves fought amongst themselves, each seeking to use the battery to further his or her own ambitions. Greed and cruelty brought down the battery, and now the spirits of those same dwarves roam the halls. Whatever happened, the battery has been impenetrable ever since. A shame. I don't doubt that there are great treasures still within those halls.
Perhaps I'll pay Stalwart a visit. I'm sure the wonders of the battery are a marvel to behold, but if the passes through White March were to open again, it would be boon to merchants of the republics and the Deerwood, of course.
I should mention that among those rumored to have answered
is this the
Reningild's
White March
summons
stuff?
is a certain group I believe you may have an interest in. Followers of Woodica, intent on reaching Stalwart and the battery.
Woodica.
I do not know what they seek
Not
there,
Woodica.
but I thought it worth mentioning, given your interest in the ruins at Defiance Bay. Now that I've delivered Reningild's message, there is also a local matter of some concern, my lord. A mercenary band has been sighted to the northeast. I believe they mean to take Consul Hot's tower, and I don't expect the Archmage will go quietly.
Consul Hot's one of the greatest wizards of our generation.
The Torn Bannermen are a deadly fighting force, and Consul Hot himself has sent many travelers to their graves. I would caution you to stay clear of the region if you do travel to the White March.
Oh.
It is not that I doubt your courage, my lord, but Consul Hot alone boasts power of a different scale altogether to those foes you have faced thus far. Given more time, perhaps, you will match him. If the Bannermen succeed in their efforts, I fear they may turn their attention to Cadnua. I will keep you apprised of the situation, my lord.
Who is Consul Hart?
A famed archmage. I am given to understand that the Brackenberry Sanitarium puts much stock in his work, as regards the manipulation of the soul. His spells are widely circulated. But he is poorly regarded in many circles. Some call him a madman, or else cruel and barbarous. He must be very old by now. Perhaps that is why the Torn Bannermen believe they can best him.
Do you know anything else about these mercenaries?
Little enough, I'm afraid. The Torn Bannermen are well supplied and well organized, and there are rumors that they are backed by an unknown benefactor. They have proved remarkably effective in the past, and they are certainly a threat now. Safe travels, my lord.
Okay, Durgan's Battery. That's the beginning of the White March DLC. We'll probably do that before we complete the last main quest. Before we continue, we'll probably do that. Probably later on. Before we'll probably end up doing that before we thing. Don't do the siege yet. Wait till after the DLC. Okay, we'll do that then. That's an early drink for this loading screen. Okay. Okay, so we're not gonna do the DLC for a while though. Certain thing is in DLC can affect siege outcome. I'll say, all you'll say, okay. We will definitely wait until we're done with the DLC. Do we want to wait till after the White March 1, or do we want to wait till after both part 1 and part 2? So we need to go to Defiance Bay. Both? Okay, so we will not worry about the siege until after both part 1 and 2. Brackenburg Sanitarium. Okay, we'll go to there. Still haven't figured out how to get over here.
Can I, talk to your, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Oh. That's funny. Sorry, Ayla, but she's pretty fun. She is pretty funny. She is. Maybe in here?
Welcome.
Ah, hold on. Quick save.
How do you do?
Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise. Well, rude. I'd like to know more about... Nora, what do you know about awakenings? Not much, I'm afraid, but the sanitarium attracts experts from all over. I'm sure someone here can help you. I can know more about this. Didn't I... Didn't I already talk about all this? Oh, maybe I didn't. Hold on.
Good day to you.
You have a member of the leaden key in your midst. Groans in stone. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether a calamity struck on its own. But few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I'm reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect it would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You're at odds with the leaden key as well, I take it. They're up to something, and I am trying to determine what. They are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have any idea who the person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well, in that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animators. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Does anyone know? Does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There's an animator on the lower floor, who came all the way from Revua to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Bella's edge. Do 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 do. Oh god, nope! Don't do that. DMC, DMC. I am not ready to get DMC'd.
Gods keep you.
I'm looking for an expert. I hear that if a Paladin woman studies them, you should talk to her instead. Has anything unusual been happening around here? You must be joking. This is the sanitary. Nothing is usual down here. Although, now that I think about it, the patients seem more agitated lately, but they're Kadam Azo's responsibility, not mine. Moja nods, taking a deep breath. Then, if there's anything else, just looking around. Of course, take your time. Okay, there's Bella Sage. She's for